Hello, hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. What I want to talk about today is something that is always serious. It's real. It's deep. And a lot of individuals that are really, I want to say 30 and under, but I'm going to bump it up a little bit and say 40 and under, do not understand, and or maybe that's not the right thing to say. They don't understand. They don't care. A lot of them do not care about their sexual health, their well-being, their mental health, and whatnot. And that's not for everybody that's under 40 or under 30, but when I tell you, for those of you over 40, because there are some people that are over 40 that are still unaware, don't care, still engaging in reckless behavior and whatnot, sexually reckless behavior. When I tell you, you really need to be cautious about who you open yourself up to, who you open your body up to, who you open your energy up to, who you allow in your energy, who you allow in your space, who you share information with, who you share intimate information with, emotional information with. It will be used against you. And this is nothing really new, but it's happening even more so today because of technology. Not saying that it hasn't been around, period. I'm saying it's happening more so now today because of technology that we have. I mentioned this in another video, these dating apps, these hookup apps, these different promotional sites and whatnot that you go on to meet people. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know who you're interacting with. It could be somebody that you might know under a different profile with a different picture. It could be someone that you don't know. It could be someone totally opposite of who you think you're talking to, who you think you're sharing your information with, just about yourself. And they're gathering this information to hurt you, to attack you, to set you up, to trick you. And this might be going off subject a little bit, but I'm going to steer it back into the main direction that I was going to speak on. And it's really just because you're lonely, just because you are depressed, just because you're wanting a connection or you're wanting to feel good. I'm reminded of that movie, that scene, in Monsters Ball. I know it's not exactly the same context, but it's close to. I'm reminded of that scene where she said, I want you to make me feel good. I want to feel good. I want to feel, she wanted to feel good. It's the same thing for men. Men want to be looked at, desired, wanted, attractive, even if they don't have the means or the money. They want to be seen or viewed as being top tier, top quality, based off of looks alone, or based off of what it is they drive, or how much money they have, or whatever. And they know that there are women out there that are looking for a man or want a man like that or desire a man like that, so they'll do anything they can really to front in your face, so they can get that box, they can get your attention, they can get your sex, and then they'll move on to the next one. It's like conquest for them. It's a challenge. It's a conquest for them. They get off on that. Women, same thing with them. You have women, it's a conquest. It's a challenge with women too as well. Finding that man, doing whatever they got to do, getting the body, going and getting the surgery, getting the procedure done. the clothes, the shoes, the makeup, eyelashes, so on and so forth, to attract a man, getting that attention from all different types of men. Even if the man is not who she wants, just having access to someone that can possibly do something for her, that's goals for a lot of women. If she can play on this guy's emotions, if she can play on this guy's feelings, if she can big up this guy's ego to get what she wants, and that could be money. But then it's also attention. Attention is currency. Attention is currency. Before I turn on this video, I remember that I was talking with this person for quite a bit of time, off and on. Like, I was in an area of town where I was kind of residing for a minute, you know, and I would go and visit with this person and just communicate and spend time there. And there was a benefit for me, but I did not take advantage of it, just in my situation. It was a blessing for this individual to be in my energy, for me to even really have conversations with this guy. This is not me being arrogant. This is me being real, knowing the energy I carry, knowing what God has placed within me, my spirit, knowing who I am. And I believe that I was in that area, I was around that individual for a reason. That person, I believe, was being tested. Not necessarily by me, but by God. Mindset, attitude, beliefs. This is somebody that told me that he did not believe in God. He said it numerous times, he didn't believe in God. But I know that I'm a testimony as to what God can do in your life. How God can bless you. Not only have I seen it, I'm a testimony as to what God has protected me from, how God has kept me in a lot of different situations that were supposed to get me caught up and actually taken out numerous times. It's crazy. But God is real. So for this person to tell me that he didn't believe in God, you know, there are a lot of people out there that don't believe in God until they have an encounter with God, until God sends one of his angels into the life of that individual to show them, to encourage them. But not everybody listens to what we say. Not everybody is attentive because they're about ego. They're about attention. They're about getting what it is that they want, however they got to get it, whoever they got to hurt. And this person in particular that I'm talking about, this is someone moved from a different city. This person admittedly said that they were whoring out their body to a man because this man was buying them not only drugs, but giving them money to sustain their lifestyle. So then not only did he tell me that or share that with me, he also is in a relationship, a partnership, and he said that he is a fiance, homosexual. He's a fiance to a homosexual with a homosexual. And while I'm visiting this guy at his place of work, where he admittedly told me he lied on his resume and on his application to get the position that he got. He lied. He lied. He openly admitted to me that he lied on his resume because he needed a job. So he's in a position where if he had not lied, he probably would not be working there and able to afford his different pleasures and luxuries and so on and so forth. While he's working at this career, he's talking with guys on different dating apps and having these guys come to his place of employment to engage in sex in random parts of this establishment throughout the day, almost every day. And this is someone that has a partner and a fiance that he says he loves at home. This person also shared with me his concerns about STDs and how he's caught STDs at various times prior to his relationship with his fiance, as well as during his relationship with his fiance. This person also shared with me that he would have to procure medication to correct and or cure the STD that he had, as well as slipping this medication to his partner, fiance, because he was engaging with sex with his partner and fiance and exposing him to STDs. And I had conversations with this individual. This was over a few months as well too. 3-4 months. And I'm sharing with him different things that I've experienced and what I've seen and so on and so forth, and what has happened to certain individuals that I knew and or friends with or hung around with, what I saw in the community. And the entire time this person was basically telling me he was listening, but it was really going in one ear and out the other, because he wanted to do what he wanted to do, how he wanted to do it, when he wanted to do it, and he was not going to let anybody persuade him or deter him from doing otherwise. Not even his partner and fiance. This was someone that expressed to me as well too that everything they do, the intention is all eyes on them. They want to be seen. They want to be the main character. They want to be the main bitch. They think of themselves as a woman, basically, just having that, a boss. They see themselves as being a boss. They saw themselves as being so important, more important than anybody else, including their friends, including their partner. They do not care about anybody but themselves. That is a dangerous individual. So I understood early on, as well as throughout my spending time with this person, that if he were offered money, which he also told me is his God. His God is money. His God is ego. His God is power, control. He told me he was a controlling individual. He liked control. I knew this person would set up anybody for money, power, or control. He would hurt, he would destroy anybody. Money, power, and control. This was someone that had a concern, a health concern, worried, telling me that he thought he had an STD, telling me that he thought he had given this STD to his partner, spouse, fiance, and he's on an app looking for sex, and he actually met up with someone that same day he was having all this concern for his health and having an STD. He met with someone the same day and engaged in sex, believing that he had something. So he knew that he was potentially passing something that he feared he had on to another person, and then was going to go home that night, have sex with his partner, and pass it on to him as well. That's a wicked individual. And the last day that I saw him, God let me know to distance myself from him, remove myself from him, that area, that space, because he was about to take him through some things. He was about to take him through some experiences, about to take him through some things. Basically, God said, you saw enough, you heard enough, as well as God telling me he saw enough and he heard enough. Done. Because he was actually trying to come after me. He was trying to control me because of my current situation. He thought that he actually had control over my situation and where I could go, my movement, and so on and so forth, because of my current situation. And God had to let him know, and is letting him know, that that is not the case. He does not have any control over me. God is in control. And he does not have control over anybody else. God has control. And God is about to change some things in his life and turn things upside down because of his choices, his negative choices, his negative intentions towards other individuals. See, it's not just affecting his life. No, he's affecting other people's lives. He's hurting other people. This God let me know, my God let me know, that this guy, this person, was actually trying to set me up. And this was someone that I had not only been a blessing to, but I actually wanted to save, tried to save, tried to bring him over to God's team, and each and every time he refused. And this is not me pushing it on him, this is not me forcing anything on them, this is just me communicating, conversating with him as I would conversate with anybody. And he basically showed his ass for not only me to kiss, but for everybody else to kiss, including God. I'm gonna leave it at that.